All right, we are back. Welcome to another episode of Blvdave Radio. I am your boy Logan the Machine, aka Old Man Logan. To the left of me, producer, engineer extraordinaire.
It's your boy King B. What's good?
All right. And to the right of me, welcome back, Miss Choose Wisely. That's all you got? Tired. She been out on the road, y'all, so she ain't been here as you've seen on the last couple of episodes. So, yeah.
Nikki Ruffin,
ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, okay, so this is episode 98. Something kind of different, actually, because we got some clients that's going to actually be recording here at NMG Studios in the building with us. Gonna send it off over to them. Y'all introduce yourselves, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
Pretty good. My name's Darius, a.k.a. Cornbread.
well said. Boy, that's
Say that one more time, Cornbread, and to the mic.
How's it going, everybody? This is Darius, a.k.a. Cornbread.
All right, Cornbread, welcome to the show.
My name's Reggie. New fight name, though, the Juggernaut.
Okay, so we got Juggernaut and Cornbread in the building. All right, and they are going to be doing the show. Fellas, tell them the name of the show again.
Starter pack, Just Between Friends.
Just Between Friends. So be looking out for that very, very soon. And they're going to be here recording at NMG Studios with us, man. So, fellas, welcome to the show. Thank y'all for coming through.
That's what's up.
All right. Yeah. So how do you guys like the digs? Like, this is what we all been working for in here. This is what the product is so far. So what's going on in everybody's minds?
Like I said, I like the space. Honestly, this is the first time that I've ever been inside of a recording studio for something like this. So, it's like it's not hard to please me. Like this is dope. This is nice. This is a really nice start.
Nice. Reggie, or Juggernaut, excuse me. Let me put some respect on your name.
It's okay. Either one works. This is honestly pretty cool. This has been something we've been talking about for a pretty long time, honestly, for at least the past, 3 years. So it's pretty dope to finally see something happening about it.
Nice. All right, so let's unpack it a little bit. Darius, Juggernaut, Cornbread, Juggernaut. There we go. I'm gonna try to get y'all podcast names down before this all said and done.
You are
so
all good.
You know what I'm saying? Tell the people what they can expect from the show and what kind of stuff y'all are gonna be covering and all that good stuff.
So honestly, we'll be covering almost a little bit of everything. It's more or less just a couple of friends just kind of giving you our viewpoint on life, more so from a millennial standpoint. I feel like it's a point that doesn't get expressed very well, and I believe our group is pretty good at articulating.
Okay.
And even when a debate or something gets kind of heated, it still just comes out as a good conversation. I just want to feel like people are just in the room, kind of just listening to one of their favorite shows or talking amongst friends, so to speak.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much everything he just said. We're a bunch of down-to-earth, straightforward people. Different personalities, obviously, but, it's overall, we're just trying to make a show that's just chill, man. There's nothing too, political or too, this or that. We're just trying to make a dream happen, honestly.
Okay, so let me see what I want to ask here. What's the last debate y'all had where it got real heated, and what was it about?
I'll let you take that one. Yeah.
So I have a particular friend. He's very adamant about getting his point across sometimes. We were actually debating about a morality code. So basically it was just is there a baseline for morality? Can you generalize everything or every action as a good action or an evil action? Or is morality kind of person-to-person based, and whatever I define as good as evil, the next person does not define as good and evil? There is a system out for it, apparently, but we were just kind of talking about it, and it just kind of, went about it because he's just, he likes to really argue about stuff, really. It's just fun topics.
Got you. On what side of that particular argument, because that's an interesting argument, what side did you land on that? I'm just curious.
So I personally said there was I personally feel like there's a baseline of good and evil. It was just more on the lines of, not that I'm saying I believe everything could be categorized essentially between the two, but I believe that even if I had to do something for a good cause, it could have been an evil act in itself. So that's where I fell on the spectrum.
Okay.
I would
Okay.
say.
Go on, Brady.
Pretty much kind of like how when people be giving out food to the homeless, but they record it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I guess I would have to definitely fall on the side of it. I guess there is more so of a baseline because it's all about perspective. So it's just about like that particular action that you're doing. Even though in itself it's good, you're not always entirely sure what the repercussions could be. So I don't know. I guess everything is just kind of it has a moral gray area to it, for the most part. Like obviously there are some things that are black and white, but not everything is so. So it's like I don't know. I guess my feelings towards like the whole morality conversation is kind of based on perspective because not everyone's going to see the same exact thing through your eyes. Like everyone's going to have some type of a different view on it.
Right. All right. And then me just kind of being a comic book nerd, I'm just sitting there kind of like you either die a hero or you live long enough to become
pretty
a villain.
much.
Yeah.
That's actually that's actually one of the most recent stories that I've been reading about with the X-Men. Actually, I think it's called Dawn of X. If you haven't checked it out, I would recommend that you go ahead and do yourself a favor because it's actually a story of perspective. Storyline where Professor Xavier actually sees that, hey, maybe Magneto's right. Maybe these humans really aren't shit. Like that. That's kind of where he came to the conclusion. Yeah. And just little spoilers. He actually ends up kind of more or less becoming a kingpin. All the mutants unify, and they end up all going back to Genosha, building their own community. And I just thought it was kind of funny because it just seems like when you really think about it, I always kind of saw Magneto and Professor Xavier as the Martin Luther King and Malcolm X of the mutant community. Right. One, felt they should do things, more aggressively. That being, Magneto, because considering he's had to live through two atrocities, Genoshan genocide, and then living through the Holocaust. Right. That's kind of goes back to the whole perspective or moral areas. Yeah. It's like, how can you really blame someone for taking the actions that he takes when he's lived through two horrifying genocides? Right. So it's a really interesting story. I know I kind of just veered off a little bit, but
no. It's actually pretty good because it's one of the things I think Stan Lee actually had an interview where he kind of admitted. At least I'm not 100% sure how true that is, but he kind of admitted that those two characters in particular were based off of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, where one is basically by any means necessary, and the other one is like, we want equality for all. Like, we want to just everybody kind of on the same page. And what's fascinating to me is that these storylines like that take place where you said Professor X ends up he just says being screw it. Like you said, a kingpin. So he ends up turning into the villain, where Magneto, depending on, what was going on in the storyline, he was either kind of seen indifferent or like he just had the agenda of getting the mutants to a better place in life. So that's why I asked that. So with that being said, is that kind of why y'all necessarily don't want to talk about politics on your show, or is it like a moral basis to that, or is just something you like, nah, we don't really want to cover that. It's enough of that out here.
Can you pull that mic down?
Pull it down.
Or stretch it out.
Well, honestly, to answer that question, it's more, but it's not that we don't really want to talk about politics, but we know that a lot of people can't seem to handle having a difference in opinion nowadays because everyone gets offended by everything. It's pretty ridiculous. Dude, somebody was probably really going to sleep every night and was just like, "Oh my God, Mr. Potato Head, I don't want him to be Mr. Potato Head anymore." Like someone was really going to sleep, losing sleep over that, and it's just, I don't know. I think we just got into a point where we are just really kind of, I don't know, veering into a place where it seems like everyone's pushing for equality, and we're all here and we all accept one another, but at the same time, everyone's kind of full of shit. Like, they say that they're about this and about that, but really they don't care. It's all about likes and views and validating oneself.
Right.
I would have to agree with a majority of that. One of the main reasons is just one, it's a really touchy subject, And 2, most of my politician knowledge is truthfully on a need-to-know basis. So as a individual who truthfully doesn't give a lot of energy into a lot of the stuff that they see on the TV, I personally feel like I have no place to speak on a lot of the politician stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
Now that's an interesting take, but it's a real take, and I think most people are in that same boat, but more or less they want to come off as if they're a little bit more informed than they actually are.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot, to actually sit there and admit and say, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not really into this thing, but, I give it the attention it deserves at the time it deserves it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's actually pretty cool that you're willing to say that from the jump. You know what I mean? So I applaud you for that.
Appreciate it.
Miss Choose Wisely, you good over there?
Yeah.
Like, I ain't been here in a month. Y'all come back to this shit.
I didn't say that. I didn't
I
say
can
that.
hear your thoughts.
Right.
For me, I'm a person, I watch CNN nightly, but I don't, try to argue with people on political shit.
Right.
Because it would ultimately just piss me off.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I just take in what I want to take in. If I want to, debate that, I have people I can go to for that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I just keep to myself as far as that avenue goes.
Now, with that do you find that you're successful in keeping yourself from getting pissed off by having that approach, more or less? Or does something still piss you off that someone may say, granted it's their opinion, but the take they may have may be so skewed or uninformed that it can still lead to you being pissed off about it?
I'm about to hit you with some Kevin Samuel shit. How often do you see me pissed off?
No, you get on Facebook and say some stuff.
Yeah.
Do I be pissed off?
No,
or do I
but
just
you
be talking?
you be
No, it's
trolling.
it's kind of hard to gauge you being
be
pissed
like,
off.
you'll say something. I say,
It comes off
Enlighten
very
me,
sarcastic.
Nikki, please.
because you see what I'm saying.
Give me an example.
You said something sarcastic like a couple days ago. I think I was like, I don't know, I was probably in and out of the truck or something. I said, what is wrong with Brandon?
What did he say though?
But
That's
it
what I want to know.
depends because I gotta go back to I gotta go to back to the thing. I mean,
Usually, if I
mostly-
say something, it's because I believe in it. A lot of the stuff everything that I say on social media is definitely calculated.
And see, with that being said, I think people approach your particular post. Like me, for example, in certain posts you put up, like from being around you, I know what you're playing. Like the other day, you put, or what might have been the day you said, I think I'm gonna get a face tattoo or something like that. And then you had people on there like, really, you're gonna get a face tattoo? And you was like, yeah, you never know.
I was like, I strolled past that shit. Okay, but no, when he said about man,
I thought about it though.
So it was a real thought then.
Absolutely.
See, and that's why I'm thinking,
you would never know because everything I say is calculated.
You're right. So everybody approaches your post. I know I do it, so I can sit there and say it because I don't know when you playing and when you serious sometimes. Like me personally, I wouldn't think you would get a face tattoo,
Right.
but I don't put it past you. I mean, if you want to get a face tattoo, you want to get a face tattoo. Gucci Man just popped up one day with the ice cream cone, so it does happen.
And that's the essence of King B. But no, I know a lot of things that I say piss people off. That's not the intent, but I'm not going to hold back what I want to say for people's feelings.
You shouldn't. We in such a society now where, like you said earlier, you're capable of pissing people off just by having a difference of opinion. And it wasn't always like that. Everybody has an agenda that they follow, whether they want to admit it or not. And most of the time, it does come down to my agenda is more important than yours right now, so we're not listening to you. We're going to listen to me. Like, I'll be totally transparent right now. There's a huge homosexual, gay, lesbian agenda that's at hand right now. We have stores removing boys and girls signage from clothing. Where? Why? When has it ever been like, granted, I get it, we're in an inclusion era, but why are we removing signs? Naturally, at the end of the day, you were born a boy, you're a boy, you should wear boys' clothing. You're a girl.
You're whatever you feel.
And, okay, you feel like that, but I still want you to have some khakis on and a polo. Like, you shouldn't have a dress on. Now, once you're of age and you're at the mindset where you can make these decisions for yourself, absolutely. If you're an adult and you decide you want to wear a dress, wear a dress. By any means, I'm not going to tell you no, you're an adult. But when you're a child, no.
Yeah, like that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's like I feel like people are really pushing that whole thing on kids like a lot, and it's one of those things where I just feel like something like that is kind of too big of a decision to make as a child. I mean, most of these kids that they're trying to push that on haven't even busted their first nut yet. So it's just like, why are you, if they are still trying to figure out just the basics of life, why would you put something that huge on that child? Because now when they make that decision, some of them, you know, they feel like, oh no, like, did I do the right thing? Did I do the wrong thing? And then they don't know how to handle all those emotions.
Right.
And they're still developing mentally. So you're kind of just, you're putting, me personally, I feel like they're putting a lot of influences on children and not allowing them to choose for themselves, even though they say you can be whatever you want to be. Like I said, I feel like a lot of people are just full of shit.
No, you was finna say something, Mars.
Let's be transparent here. When I walked into the room, what was your first thought? Was she gay? Or was she a lesbian?
Actually, no.
Really?
Yeah.
Same, believe it or not.
Any other person probably asked that same question.
Yeah, these dudes are pretty different.
I do feel like there's definitely a general consensus when it comes to a situation like that. But me personally, just how I was brought up, I personally don't care who you are. My first interaction with you will determine my judgment of you, not whatever you're wearing, doing, or looking like. It's just like I have to personally know a person. I know people on Facebook and they be at parties like every other weekend. I never would expect this person to, because of the way I interacted with them, they were like a church boy or something, stuff like that. So I usually have no preconceived judgment before I know you.
Once we spoke, I was just kind of like, okay, this person's really cool. It's gonna be smooth.
Don't let the fear get to you. That's what I do.
She came in here super intense. Who the fuck is this right here?
That's because I haven't ate yet. I was like, what's his name say? You need that Snicker. But yeah, a lot of
Pesci when you're
Right.
Joanna Pesci. No, what society does is let's look at the Michelle Obama interview with Dwayne Wade's.
Yeah. I was
Child.
gonna bring that up.
I was waiting. Yeah, I was
know
on.
that's a slippery slope.
That right there, to me as a woman, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people give that preconceived notion, you know what I'm saying, we'll say to me, from like whatever, from jump. Oh, well, yeah, Nikki's gay because she don't wear a lot of heels and stuff like that. I don't like my feet hurting. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just me. I mean, when I put them on, I'm taking somebody's man. So that's different. You know what I'm saying? This is just what I do. I'm light-skinned. That's what I do. But the thing is that you want to be comfortable. Like, if anybody understands, like, Rhapsody, let's talk about her. She gets overlooked, period, over Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B. Now, mind you, all of y'all probably got a Meg Thee Stallion picture somewhere where the ass, you know, like that picture of that ass. Same thing probably with Cardi. We know. Look at that. Put your head down. But Rhapsody, she keeps her clothes on. She got a song with Reason called I Can't or something, Can I or something. And I'm talking about she's explaining how she gets looked over. But her rhymes and her lyrics, I can't say that because Meg can really rap too when she ain't really on no, you know, fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? But Rhapsody, right, she showing and displaying how it is, you know what I'm saying, what a B-girl tomboy is. But at the end of the day, the tomboys are the ones that take the man. All the time. Nia Lathan and Love and Basketball. But
she put that dress on at
right.
prom, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, lady.
Right.
But the thing what I'm getting at is that even now, and I'm almost 40, people still give you that preconceived, you know, people that I went to grammar school with, high school with, men that you date and everything like that. The first thing sometimes come out, hey, what's going on, my favorite tomboy? Some of these things you be like, you live with them things and you don't know how that affects a person. Because you kill the woman's self-esteem on how you say certain things to her. Because you don't know what that triggers off. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Or that same thing with a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, is when we judge me about their shoes, their haircut, all that kind of stuff. We don't know if this is how you want to be natural. So the case in point is with that whole, I'm not going to force my child to decide a sexual gender. I pushed you out. You what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you feel you want to change, you feel some type of way, me and your father sit down, we're going to talk to you about it. But we're going to explain the facts of life to you the way we were brought up. See?
But for Dwayne Wade's kid, it's different because they're in the spotlight. Mm-hmm. And everybody is...
So you must watch I Am Athlete.
I watch it sometimes.
But he was on that.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see that one either. And he explained, he's showing support. Mm-hmm. You know, we don't know if that boy was getting teased. Like, and grammar school, I can sit here and name some cats I know now to this day that teased me, teased my boy Patrick, teased a whole bunch of people. I know people in high school that tease certain people to this day. And now I'm like, he's a full-fledged woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, Pastor Kelly. Like, I ain't seen Pastor Kelly in a minute. These things, like, you never know how that affects somebody's childhood. And that's what goes with saying with that. That's what leads into, you know what I'm saying, suicidal thoughts. Yeah. We ain't talking about how Biggie was talking. You know what I'm saying? Because we all had them. We all had these type of thoughts that come past our head. I admit I had it plenty of times. Shit, you have it when I'm on the road. Fuck it. I got bills. End it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
that sure do look nice.
Man, no, you like this. You know, what happens if I hit this water? You know what I'm saying? But
back to what Darius was saying, like, that's just all, you know, from everyone feeling like they have an opinion and that opinion is valuable. It's not. It's literally not.
Social media just makes it, or I guess I should probably take the mic. Social media, from what I've seen over the years, just makes people feel like their opinion is valid. Like, let's take Lil Nas X, for example.
Oh, my God.
Not going to talk about the video because I personally haven't seen it yet, but from what from the clips and hints that I've seen, I'm just like, I don't know about that one. But he said, and I actually told you about this recently, where he was talking about, I feel like we need to normalize marriage not being a commitment to one person or something like that. And I wish I could find the exact post, but the only thing I could really think when he was saying that is, if you want to just hoe out, then just say that. Like,
right.
Why do we gotta normalize some shit just for you to feel a little less shitty about your actions? Just go live your life the way you want to live it. Like, there's no reason to keep coming up with some bullshit out of your mind to make yourself feel better, and you know, just so everyone else can appease you. Why do we always have to normalize something some crazy shit that came out of your mind? Like, just. I recognize what your actions are. Just tell yourself it is what it is and live your life. If that's what you want to do, then just...
Exactly. And then just like how women...
Don't get everyone else involved.
Like how women was putting... What's that guy name? Jackson.
Derek Jackson.
Who? Darren?
Derek Jackson.
Derek Jackson. It's a lot... I know a lot of Derek Jacksons out here that's hiding out in these closets. You know what I'm saying? And doing fuck shit.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying? If you gonna be out here doing your shit... Learn how to do your shit discreetly.
Right.
Instead of with a person that's gonna tell.
I don't think the issue is what he did. The issue is that he's preaching the opposite.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But see, a lot of hypocrisy.
Yeah.
But you got a lot
He came and took a stance like men are trash. You know, they all gonna cheat, they all dogs. And then fast forward, you hit the record button with your wife with a bonnet on and sweatpants, and you got a full outfit on, dressed looking nice. And holding her hand, we all know y'all gonna be on boot camp marriage and divorce court in a matter of weeks.
I don't even think she's gonna do that.
She should if she doesn't.
I don't think she.
Because what happens is then she ends up on Snap, and that's a whole nother can of worms.
Are we Darren Jackson, the relationship guy?
Yeah.
He cheated on her with a guy?
No.
He cheated. He's just cheating in general.
I got lost.
Just cheating
Okay.
in general because he came and he basically. It's certain people. From the moment I saw dude, I was just like, yo, I'm not giving that any credence whatsoever.
Yeah.
All he did was assess social media and said, I'm going to utilize my platform to get to this particular status discussing this.
That's exactly what he did.
That's all that happens. So social media gives everybody this thought process that I have a platform. What I say, they don't necessarily say these are my thoughts, opinions, whatever. It's just we put stuff up matter of factly, and we just put it out there in the world. I literally had somebody I knew, been knowing this guy forever, when the COVID first hit, and he said something like carrot juice was curing COVID. And it's like, you're putting it out there. It's not as a joke, like, yo, this is going to cure it. You're saying it like it's matter of factly. And I was just like, yo, I can't continue to follow this guy. I cannot support your platform because you're putting misinformation out here. But social media and your following and the likes that you obtained, from your post, people feel like that validates what they're saying. So they continue on perpetuating narratives that aren't necessarily true.
Not only validate what they're saying, validate them as people.
Right. They do fuck shit.
That part. More than anything.
They do a lot of fuck nigga shit. Think about it.
But,
and what it is that you got the younger folks, the millennials. Sorry to put y'all out there.
Hey,
So y'all not 30 yet, right?
Nope.
Nah.
What Bayless? Y'all don't know shit.
I know how to tie my shoes.
I know that, but it's like your group, not saying you all, but the group is so easily influenced to do shit that they don't research. They don't think the process through. I'm going to be a case in point. I keep her out of this. But, I got a sister that's a millennial. And believe, like, not she don't believe in everything that happens on that. She's, she has a good thought process, but things happen. But what my thing is that social media has taken away from conversation.
Yes.
Like, man, if one exclamation point, get your ass whooped. This motherfucker said, what? I'm coming to the job. You know what I'm saying? One exclamation or period or the wrong LOL could throw off a whole thing. But, the conversation pieces is gone. Dating is gone. You be at the table, hey, what's going on? So, I thought the food was good. Yeah. So it's easily influenced. And then you guys go off of like what people are wearing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to be a thought, oh, let me go make some money in a strip club. I ain't got to go to work. Everybody.
Strip club, OnlyFans.
Yeah, man, did you see? She made $1 million in 6 hours. I said, I'm just trying to get a kookaroo. I just want one.
I'm about to get active on mine. I got one made. I just need to use it. Shit.
She in 6 hours. I said, gee, I don't even do nothing.
I got one. I just promote the shows on it though.
I'm gonna promote me on that.
You putting the Big Brothers up there?
Who?
The show?
No, I actually put the shows on there. Yeah, follow me on OnlyFans.
I don't know.
But
Follow me on OnlyFans.
I wanna touch back on the Dwayne Wade and his son aspect, Gabrielle Union, all of them, because that was one of those moments where I remember Lil Boosie had a very strong opinion. It wasn't that it was the wrong opinion, but Lil Boosie doesn't articulate himself in a manner that was conducive to the scenario, to the situation.
I thought he did it quite well, to be honest.
As a hood nigga, absolutely. I knew what he was saying. I knew what he was getting at exactly. He just wasn't saying it in the manner that was acceptable to society, where it's, we're going to articulate this and we're going to coddle you to the point that it doesn't seem like we're making a critique at all. He was just saying, yo, he too young for you to be making this decision. Don't cut his thing off at 13.
He even made an example. He was like, maybe when he turns 16, 17, he might find a girl he like. He ain't got his thing no more, so he's useless now.
And there's numerous amount of stories like that where a guy did that. He went as far as to have his family support him, and he got down the road. He's an adult now. His junk is gone, because of a decision that was made when he was way too young to be trying to make that decision and to live with that the rest of his life.
Yeah, that decision is cut and dry, pun intended.
You're not getting that joint back. Which is why these type of things should
He
not
is
be
being
done
smooth
by
sailing
children.
down there, ain't he?
Yeah.
He's on the smooth sailing wax tip.
So
I mean, why? Everybody can't be no woman. Everybody can't be no man. Stay in your lane. It is hard being black. You know what I'm saying? It's just hard being black right now. We trying to, let's stop trying to recreate what was given him while he was placed on earth. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. Because you can't go through that man situation, and you a woman, and you got these feelings and everything like this. Oh, I'm supposed to feel this erection. You don't supposed to feel that. You know what we supposed to feel? We get wet. We don't get hard. We get wet. There's a difference in it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I came across some videos where,
What is you watching? Like,
What sites do you go to?
right. I was like this.
sites everybody else goes to.
That Pornhub.
yeah, you go deep enough in the murky waters.
Oh man.
You go deep enough in the murky waters.
Nah, they wouldn't play 30% of their cast. They had too much yucky stuff on there.
Yeah.
I didn't get that far.
But
The search engine was different.
Oh no!
He was like,
Oh man.
so this is a little different for us because it's off the cuff. We normally have a barrage of topics that we talk about, but today, when Darius came in, B was here. I briefly mentioned. I was sitting there earlier this week. They started the trial for the murder of George Floyd, and that was my very first time actually watching the footage of that. Now, when it happened, I did my best to stay away from it. I knew it was gonna put me in a certain mindset. It was gonna put me in a dark place that I didn't want to be in, because I know what I was gonna see. We've seen it numerous times, numerous different ways. The same result. You go on social media. I can't remember what his name is. Elijah. Was it Elijah with the violin? I can't remember what his name was. McLean? Just seemed like a beautiful human being. Just playing music and played it, as a former musician, it hit me on a certain level. Just seeing him, how he played the violin. Like it was a God-given talent, right? So you see what happens to him. He was terrified of those cops and what happened to him. You see what happened to the George Floyd thing. And that man was obviously bigger than any of those cops that were out there.
Which is why they were terrified of him.
He was scared for his life. Begged, pleaded, just everything you could do. And you see this dude just cold, callous, calculated on his neck. You knew what you were doing.
Of course he did.
You can't tell me what. And then to listen to the defense, and the defense is trying to say, oh, he was on opioids and he didn't tell us.
It don't fucking matter.
That doesn't matter. You took this man's life with no problem. So it hit me on so many different levels. I'm sitting there, I'm trying to work. Now I was out of town the other week, and I was already kind of upset from that. And then I saw that, and it just kind of started to reinforce some other things in my head about just life in general. Choose Wisely was just saying it's hard being black. That it is, but by and large, that makes it harder for us. It's just harder to be a human, period. Just some of the things we have to deal with day to day. That just compounds it, being this side of the color spectrum. And seeing that, I have a daughter they'll be 14 in a couple of weeks. But as a person that wants to have a son to carry on the bloodline, right? To have a son to bring another boy into this world, I'm terrified. I am terrified of having a son at this point. And I'll be 38. I am 38. I'll be 39 on my next birthday. And it's it's the grace of God that I'm here. And I can sit here and say I don't have a arrest record. I haven't had any problem with the law, any of that type of stuff, right? By the grace of God. But I can't sit here and say for a fact that my child will have that same luxury. So being that we had to do the show, this is Good Friday. We got Easter on Sunday. That's our normal recording day. We had to push the recording up. I wanted to just kind of check in with my people and see if it had any kind of an adverse effect on them in the manner that it did me, because it hit me on a level that I wasn't ready for it. And I know it just reinforced why I didn't want to watch it to begin with.
I don't know. I'm one of them people who are just completely desensitized to seeing it. I see it and I have no emotion about it. If I get mad, what's that gonna do? It doesn't do anything. What's gonna piss me off is the verdict. I mean the verdict. Yeah.
Mm.
If that comes back, not guilty, just be prepared. Like,
That's
like
pretty much,
Part
you thought
two.
you thought when it happened it was bad.
Right.
When that verdict come out and if it's not guilty, which we've seen plenty of times, but I think this one it'll strike that chord, and it won't be nice.
history has a tendency to repeat itself because I know you all remember what happened with Rodney King, how they went wild over there. So it's one of those things where
I
he
mean,
ends up being innocent.
when they was in Minnesota when it happened, I think it was probably worse than the Rodney King. They burned down police precincts in Minnesota and everything. So I could only imagine what would happen if the outcome is what I think is gonna be.
And on top of that, when it happened, it was the person in office who was basically adding fuel to the fire.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
It was not making anything.
Didn't do
better at
anything
all.
to try to unify, to not necessarily appease or coddle, but did nothing to try to handle the situation in the correct manner.
But I can't say that Biden would handle that any better. I mean, he could probably want to, but I don't think he can.
I think you could want to, but it's one of those scenarios where.
But that's the difference, though.
Yeah.
Trump didn't want to.
Yeah, and at least the people will be able to see someone who wants to versus that. Like, if the system fails us again in this particular scenario, I hope everybody goes out and ride. Don't go. Now, this is the only thing I didn't like. Don't go fuck your community up.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't go stealing shit.
Don't go
looting.
doing it. That serves no purpose. You know.
Niggas going in the grocery store and going to the dress to impress, stealing clothes.
Bro.
Right.
Don't do that.
Going to you know what I'm saying,
Just go hit up the Starbucks. You want to piss off the white people? Just go hit up Starbucks. Just burn down all the Starbucks and watch them just go, oh my God, my caramel macchiato. I can't have that. This is
Hey.
what's the store? What's the
that motherfucker
clothing
crazy.
store?
No. If you gonna do some shit, hit up the city buildings.
Exactly.
them too.
Hit the
Get that
city
money.
buildings.
Going to this.
Go and expunge your shit. Get your records. And
All my tech people, get evil.
yes.
Erase them.
Them student loans,
get
nigga.
that up
Damn.
out of here.
Yeah. Going and stealing the latest Jordans that's at the store. Like, that ain't helping George Floyd's memory nor his family. Nor
Or
You know what
yourself.
I'm saying? Or yourself.
Right.
Cause where you gonna wear it after we get shut down again?
You know, you ride through certain areas of Chicago, you still see the ramifications of the last riots. And that's only in our neighborhoods. You know, they fixed up and they made sure we didn't go downtown. They started raising them bridges. Like, hey, look, you know.
Yeah, we tear our shit up.
Yeah, but we
gotta
told
to
so
their
that's the
areas to
only
shop.
part of it. I'm like, please don't go out and compound that error again. But it's a moment where I'm afraid that could happen though, because you look at the jurors, they got like 7 white women. I think it's like 3 black men or something like that.
Oh, they got some black people.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's still primarily white.
But they can't come to a verdict until everybody agrees.
Yeah.
I've been in a high profile case juror, and that's a stressful situation, especially if it's high profile such as this one. But I think those I hope those black dudes don't budge. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. I mean,
Take color out of it.
No, it's
They're
definitely
not gonna
color.
they're not gonna take color out of the jury. But if you take color out and see what happened to a human being,
But I
that
mean, I get the
did not-
situation, but
right.
the jury.
that's what I'm saying. They did not resist arrest. Because that's what they're gonna have to, that's what the defense is gonna say. He didn't resist arrest.
He didn't have a weapon.
Didn't have a weapon. Let's take race out of it and make it about being human.
But they'll never do that.
They ain't gonna do
See,
it.
that's the thing though. It's like, what you guys just said.
so using, as an example, using your platform responsibly. Among the 12 jurors and 3 alternates selected, 3 black men, 1 black woman, 2 jurors who identify as multiracial. 3 of the alternates, all of them white. Let's see. Yeah, all of them white is need in deliberation room. 50% of the panel will vote on Chauvin's fate will be black or multiracial. Okay. So that's adding a little context to what we're saying. But
like I said, they all got to be on one accord. So
yeah. So it was one of those things, and I was wondering as this trial was getting ready to take off and take place, how many people were tuning in, whether you check in for a few minutes or not. Just it was one of those things where I said, let me see where everybody's mental health is with this, and not just with that, If you listen to our show, all of us are fans of Nipsey Hussle. We just hit the 2-year anniversary of his murder on the 31st. So that was another reason. We did a whole episode dedicated to Nipsey Hussle. We got a friend, Brandon. She went and got a tattoo of it. What did she get on her hand? Prolific. The thing he had the tattoo of right here. So
that's why I made the post.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Well,
I said I was gonna get the tattoo on my eyebrow. It was gonna be prolific. But I didn't leave context, so people were, what the hell are you talking about? So
yeah.
There's the context, people.
So it's a method to the madness. Yeah. So, yeah, man. So that's where my mental health was. I just wanted to, blow off some steam and talk about that and discuss that with some individuals I knew I could have a good discussion with about that. And I know, they may have some things they might want to get off their chest. Like case in point, you gentlemen don't know this, but this is my ex-girlfriend.
what?
I do a show with my ex-girlfriend. You talk about some stress. And you add to that on again, off again. But, so some of the stuff she said, yeah, I said she was my favorite tomboy. I did say that statement. But listen to what I'm saying. My favorite tomboy. She came in here dressed like the brat. What does that put you in the mindset of?
That motherfucker gay.
The brat, it is bisexual. She's not gay.
Look.
Stain her ass, boy.
You'll see more guys that'll say they would love to have a night with the brat than they wouldn't.
Absolutely. Especially when that What Do You Like came out.
Boy. How many? Yeah, it's not too many guys going, no, I'm good on that. No.
I mean, and I know because when I put some everything.
You taking niggas' boyfriends.
I'll give you guys a story just because, where we at on time?
50, 45.
50, okay, we're going to try to make this an hour. I'll give you guys a story. So we're on a date. She decides to put a dress on. Dress is real nice, revealing, whatever.
Looking good.
No problems there. Okay, we go out, we're going to dinner. I'm just hearing her phone, notifications. You hear the little Facebook bell.
Bing, 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 bing.
Man, who the fuck hitting you up? What the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm just driving. We're on the ding, ding. The whole time bell's just going off. Long story less long. She posted that picture. Now, she tried to appease me by posting another picture with me in it. Of course, that picture didn't get as many likes. What niggas gonna want to see that? I don't want to see dude. I want to see that. Picture number 1 gets like 200 likes. Couple of DMs. Man, what's going on with you? I ain't know you was looking like that.
They definitely said that.
Y'all just need a fucking intervention, man.
You been drinking or something?
No, I ain't been drinking. We having some,
I ain't never seen your head just
So
wobbling.
what is that? That's what my head did. We was at the restaurant. Huh?
He did the bobblehead effect.
No, he said more than that. He went the fuck off.
Why did I go off though?
He like, this nigga say something about your titties. I was like, oh man, it's crazy. I can't help it that I'm just a beautiful person.
I mean, I am too though, but they ain't like our picture though, like that.
Thank you.
Our picture got like 30 likes, we supposed to get at least 60.
You can't like it twice.
But I get it though. I get it. So I just say that to say this, I'm gonna add some context to the credence. You're not gonna just sit here and slander me on the low. Like I let you get away with that enough.
What I said. I just said exactly what people's opinions are when they see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you post a picture, damn, you look like a girl now. Bitch, I've been a woman These are work clothes.
The entire time.
Right, these are work clothes. I'm not coming to work showing and jiggling. I work in a male-dominated field where it is hard being a woman at all times. Even if you worked in the medical field, put your shit together and make sure you take care of this person that's not trying to die. Or in the office. You only got to come in there and sashaying all the time. Shit.
I seen one video where the nurse came in and no, this is another site. My fault.
That's nasty.
Oh, man.
So, I just say all that to say, man,
Say what?
I look forward to working with you gentlemen. You guys got good energy about you.
What? So.
You know what I mean? Very, very, very interesting and thought-provoking answers to some of the stuff we asked y'all. I'm very impressed, and I'm glad to have this place to work with y'all and get to know y'all better. And thank Big B for bringing these brothers to the table. You know what I'm saying? So we can have more, individuals that we can converse with and have opportunities to do shows like this where we can just kind of,
Blend it in.
yeah, just kind of have conversation about what's going on and just, going from there, seeing if the people enjoy it.
So, how old are you all?
I am 39 going on 40.
Funny.
No,
We're both 25.
Oh, my God. That was a great year. I swear to God.
You remember that?
Hell yeah. Oh, man. It was a lot of drinking, a lot of partying, but it was a lot of progression.
What year was I 25? What year was I? Nah, that wasn't a good year.
Look, he looking back. It was
23 was a great year, though. 23 was phenomenal. I love 23.
Now, what made 23 so good?
23, I was.
Was you still in school at the time?
No, I wasn't in school. I dropped out. But I was on campus every week.
I was gonna say, was you one of them that dropped out and stayed down there for a little bit?
I wasn't at the school. I was down kicking it at Columbia UIC every weekend. So I was down there with all my people had apartments downtown, so we down there kicking it, like no tomorrow. And every weekend there was something, good adventure that was about to take place. So everybody else moved on. I still wanted to kick it.
It happens, man. Yep.
If there was any advice to give to them from the ages that we are at now, what advice would you give them? 25 is
a lot.
Wait, how you 25 too? Or?
Yes.
That's a very good.
You gotta ask if they want advice first. They probably like,
we don't matter. Give it to them, shit, because we didn't want no.
Got a
advice.
good idea over here how to do this thing called life.
If I had an older
all the stuff that we talk about. If they were talking about it now, by the time they get to our age, they not be working no more.
Because if you I started getting on that level at 20, but I was drinking super heavy because I was going through so much emotional grief, and I was buying mutual funds. It was Transamerica at the first one.
You said you was stealing?
No, I was buying them. I worked at UPS, and UPS is the first place that teaches you about business, stocks, and 401ks. So I'm at 18 with all of that, and I'm like, why is my check so small? What the fuck? I work one whole month, get paid once a month, and y'all take it because they were taking it out and putting it away. So when my grandmother passed, I was like, man, I got to make sure I'm going to be straight. So I on the index card, my anticipations for certain ages. I got the mutual fund from Transamerica. I was watching on channel 32 or something. And I was like, I'm going to get this, put this money up. Then I was still drinking and partying. Couldn't stop because I had bottles underneath the bed. That's how bad I was drinking.
Damn.
I was becoming an alcoholic.
I never knew that, Nikki. Damn.
I fell asleep. I was so drunk, I fell asleep in my soup.
Wow.
It was getting bad.
What was your drink of choice back then?
I always drink vodka.
Ooh.
It was
Seagram shit?
No, I was absolute. But I got to the point I was mixing my vodka and my gin together.
Oh.
What?
So I was like, man, yes. My stomach just waking up and sitting on the porch like it don't make no sense. Then,
Doughboy shit.
man, I was like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Get my real estate license. I fucking flunked that. I flunked that $300 something. I was so drunk, and I was so not ready for that. And this was in 2003. If I would have stuck with that, I went to got my HVAC. I got my trade school, and then I always had college. So I was like, man, in any case something happens, I got the trade, I got college, I had my hands and everything. I'm like, because you never know where the world may hint it. In case of point, look what happened. The skilled worker outweighed the college graduate. It showed it last year.
That's another topic for another day.
It definitely is.
I think college is a waste.
It is.
Yeah,
I can't.
the whole
Really? You would say that?
Absolutely.
Your experience with all the people you met, all the friends and the memories.
I shouldn't say it's a waste.
Dang.
I think it's selective. Like, I don't think the way that it's set up, like you go to, elementary and then it's junior high and it's high school and it's college. I don't think everybody should be going to college right after high school. I think some people need to go and get in the field first. And if this is where you want your career to be, then you go to school for it and advance that. You don't go to, because most people that go to school, get their degree, they work in a field that they didn't even get their degree in.
Right.
So
and I hear that a lot, actually. That's the
that's
part.
a large percentage of people do that. So
Yeah, and
So
you waste
a lot of those degrees that
them.
aren't
now you in
you
debt.
can't
Now
do
you in
nothing
debt
with it.
for some shit that you not even doing.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking money. You be sitting up there and he go, yeah, we want to consolidate. Just shut up, bitch. You ain't consolidating shit.
Like, that's the crazy thing is, I mean, I went to school for art, and I was just going to school because I felt like that was what was expected of me by my parents. Because truthfully, I fucking hated school. Like, I didn't really care for it. Like, the best parts about school was wrestling, theater, when I started getting into it, and lunch. That was it. Like, and in art class. That was like the only thing. And so I just felt like, well, if I don't go to college, I'll disappoint, everyone, because everyone else went to college in my family.
Right.
And I mean, truthfully, like, I didn't really know what I was doing. The only thing I was really focused on at 17 was the fact that there was a girl living with me and I was getting an unlimited supply of kitty cat on the regular. That was where my focus was. I was so unfocused. Like, that freshman year, nothing was getting done but you know what.
Right.
And so, it's just like, I think it's all dependent upon, like, you as a person. Like, is school something for you? Like, I personally, if I could go back and do it over again, I probably would for that first year, because freshman year was fan-friggin-tastic. And then after that, I would just go, maybe I should go to, like, community college or something, or just drop out altogether, because like what you were saying, having a fallback. For me, at the time when I got into this whole IT thing, like, I had no intentions on doing it. Like, but I knew, instead of being a homeless, struggling artist, who's trying to make his comedy career pop, maybe, just maybe, I should do something, to have money on the back burner. So I'm trying to make my career happen. I'm not struggling all the time. And I kind of wish I would have had, just that kind of a mindset when I was younger, because things probably would have turned out better. But, you make mistakes when you're young, because you can, and it doesn't affect you too hard as it would, like, if I were 30 and making those decisions. So, it's just, I don't know.
And even at 30, it's still time to, to get back on your high horse. But once I'm sorry, Nikki, once you cross 40, getting close to 50, hitting that century mark, with a half a century mark, I should say, it'll be tough.
I feel like that century mark, I shouldn't be worried about nothing.
Right.
I'm just waiting to die.
Yeah.
Life comes at you fast once you hit 30. I remember when I woke up the day I turned 30. My life flashed before my eyes. And, like I said, I'm 38 now. And some people, it just takes us longer than others. Some people have that ability to say, after high school, I know what I'm doing, what field I'm going into, boom, and they take off. Me, much like you, I hated school. And I was valedictorian in grammar school. I didn't have the whole storybook, fairy tale high school experience that everybody had. I was telling, we were just out of town with my high school friends, And I was telling them that. I said, yo, I didn't have that experience y'all had in high school. I'm like, I got y'all and a couple other people that I'm still in contact with. I went to Lane Tech, so huge school. 100 knew, at least was associated with hundreds of people, right? Asked me if I talk to them now. Like, I made a post. It was a condescending post on Facebook, and I said, man, you remember when you look at the people you may know, and you're like, I remember that person walking past them in the hallway, and you just keep scrolling. I do that every day. New people getting added that I didn't. You being added to my life at this point in time now matters what? You know what I'm saying?
But
and then
you never know. You never know what they can offer to your life.
That is true, but if they didn't try to make an effort then, I'm just kind of like, all right, you didn't make an effort then, you didn't make an effort now. I'm big on the whole universe bringing something back to you, right? Circling back. So, like I was telling you earlier, me and B, our relationship was built here. We knew of each other. His aunt introduced me because he made beats when I first met him. Made the song. We was friends on social media. Conversate here and there, boom. But our relationship was built in front of these mics. We went through, ups and downs, friends, whatever. But it was built here. So when it is all said and done.
Fucking lie. No ups, no downs.
It was. It's what made the story of us.
The
you know
downs were
we were broke as hell.
No, people being passionate about making this thing work. That's what that was. It was never any downs.
Well, not in the negative context. Maybe it might come off that way, but I don't mean it in that sense. But I just say that, to say that some people, when it's meant for you to circle back around to you, it will. So to go back to what she said, as far as advice, I'm not the whole advice giving type. You ask me something, I give you my opinion on it. But for me, life been a process. You know what I'm saying? You keep running your marathon. You keep doing where your heart's at, what your heart is in, and you keep just manifesting that good energy to you, that goodwill to you. And you do that by treating people right, treating them with respect, being honest with people, whether it's going to hurt their feelings or not, just being blatantly obvious. Now, me, I'm Capricorn. She'll tell you. I could be mean as hell if I want to, but that doesn't serve a purpose. You know what I mean? So I just try to talk to people in a manner that's going to be conducive, where we can both learn from it now, and we can both go forward with it. So y'all being young, positive brothers doing what y'all doing, man, hey, just keep at it.
And I appreciate any advice that's usually given to me because I find myself hanging around older people anyway.
Damn.
Even coming out of high school, I've never really associated with many people around my age group, which is why our circle is so small. It's like all of my friends, I feel like we all have a certain like-mindedness and maturity level that I can rock with. And even still, not saying that we weren't like kids at times making our mistakes, it's still just like feeling like we were more mature than what other people were doing and seeing that we're maturing even beyond that point so much further than I even would have imagined is always dope to see.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
I appreciate it.
And that's coming from the legendary Juggernaut, son. All right, man. So y'all got anything else y'all want to add, man, before we get out of here, get this done?
We ain't gonna do no time. We ain't gonna do Snowfall. None of that.
None of that, bro. I just wanted to talk to my people.
New Rough Ends album.
It's literally a Rough Ends album.
Absolutely.
What?
Really?
You ain't listen to it?
I ain't like the rough ends.
You didn't like them back then?
I'm on shopping sprees. Hold on.
Someone to love you. You ain't like that.
No, I hate that damn
What?
song. Yeah, because it was always on. Come on, man.
That was fire.
I'm telling you what song I've been rocking with. I've been really on some.
That Bruno Mars.
No, you
Anderson
done
.Paak.
messed it up for me. I don't even listen to it no more.
I'm just like your neighbors that fucking listen to R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Rough Ends.
Right. I said, fuck R. Kelly.
My neighbors used to fuck the R. Kelly and
I
eat
was-
Popeyes.
Right. I'm like, damn, I know she there. I've been like, I listened to what's this song
was
called?
watching
I
that
Can
the
Make
other
It.
day.
I Can Make It by Reason and Rhapsody. That's the name of that. But I've been on Zoe from Foreign Exchange.
Zoe.
Zoe.
What was that?
See? Put you on.
Zoe.
Zoe. Zoe is a
Foreign
producer.
Exchange, the producer.
He's a producer for Foreign Exchange.
Well, he's the drummer or
thought-
some shit too.
No,
right?
ain't no drummer. He's the
I
producer.
thought Nicolay did all that.
They could lay hands up.
So they like a Pharrell and Chad,
Yeah.
Hugo.
And then
Well, Rocky Fresh put something out.
I don't fuck with
Listen
him.
to damn like no.
Right. Only his electrical Electric Highway first one was dope. That was it. Everything else, trash.
All right, so before we finish, fellas, y'all got anything else y'all want to add, want to ask before we...
No, honestly, not much. I actually just appreciate doing this. I wasn't even ready for an interview, but this was awesome. So
This is super cool. I didn't even know you guys were actually like filming the live show today, so that's always pretty cool. So I'm just kind of like, oh my god, it's actually starting.
Yeah, it was at the holidays on Sunday. Like I said, we normally record on Sunday, but it was just kind of like, nah, you know.
I don't care about no damn Easter. I ain't got no kids. So,
Your ass gonna cook though.
no, I'm not. I'm
You
gonna be.
almost had me give a bogus history lesson on what Easter really is about. I'm gonna be a good boy today.
There you
Man.
go. Pleasure P put something out today.
What is going on? I've been listening to Robert Glasper and Layla Hathaway, okay? I've been on some cool crossing that line age for the past 2 months or whatever. You know, Robert Glasper's Fuck Your Feelings has been in rotation. You know what I'm saying? And then he won a Grammy with her and Michelle D'Ancello. You ain't even listen to that song, did you?
Probably not.
You need to. Because you're going to love it because you love her.
Send it to me.
There you
like,
go.
look, you know how you feel about her.
And if y'all didn't listen to King B Valentine's Day playlist, definitely check that out.
Oh, that's an everyday playlist.
Yeah.
He always trying to get the sexy back.
All right.
Get your.
Yep. So, Cornbread, Juggernaut, thank y'all for coming through, man. Looking forward to working with y'all brothers. We're going to wrap this up. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We are on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, everything basically except Tidal, but that's that. Follow us on YouTube, NMG TV. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. And that is all. Y'all got the Y'all Is Us podcast. Y'all coming soon, you know, these people's right here. You know what I'm saying? Don D. Endeavor wrote a new episode of that getting filmed tomorrow. Listen to one of our other clients, Shot Talks podcast. They record here weekly, releasing. So, yeah, man. And the Hot Take Wrestling podcast. So, definitely make sure y'all tune into that.
Man, what's going on with Show with His Pig, man?
We trying to work it out. I'm going to be honest, they just kind of being cheap. I told them it's all money in. You know?
What?
I told them it's all money in.
Niggas wear Gucci and be all up in the videos.
Yeah, hopefully we can get Because I Said So back soon. You know, it's scheduling conflictions, but hopefully that can be what's the word? Fixed. I was gonna say
Resolved?
resurrect. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Easter, resurrection.
He did today?
Yeah. On the third day. He rose.
The Lord knows I'll be eternal.
Yep. All right, so this is episode 98. We on the race to 100, and we will catch y'all next week.
Peace.
Two fingers. And somebody started singing with the guitar.
Oh, man. Oh. I think Pete B called me in a corner dozing.